I mean, people talk a lot of bullshit about astrology, you know?
They have plastic hearts.
I agree.
What do you mean by plastic hearts? What do you mean by plastic hearts?
Has been hurt by air signs.
Serial killers, ma pani. There was like a list of like 30, 40 serial killers. I know.
You're Gemini. Oh my god.
Readings or daily readings, papers, paper, the internet, you know. Always I read it at the end of the day
To see if it matches.
Yeah, exactly. Kiniki suruma subconsciously you might manifest all that throughout the day. As I'm reading this, यसरी त कसरी मेरो बारेमा यसरी भन्नै सकेको छैन होला अनि त्यो एउटा कनेक्सन फिल हुन्छ टु अ ड्याम टेस्ट को रिजल्ट के
मलाई चाहिँ stereotyping, the word stereotyping has always been a negative के. But I remember हामी like कलेजमा like त्यो psychology पढ्ने बेला हुन्छ नि, stereotyping भनेर पढ्दा it was like written in such a positive manner के.
Half of the time it's true.
Hi everyone, I'm Kritisha and welcome to Dhikichyau The Podcast, episode 34, and we have our friends today, Jyoti and Yani on popular demand because I think we had a lot of comments because she was a part of Hamro, I think episode 4 on love languages.
Yeah.
So like we got like a lot of comments and Sunny, bring Yani back, like who is Yani, face reveal goro, and it was so.
There's the face.
Get a good look at it.
Yeah. So today we're talking about astrology, MBTI tests and Enneagrams and everything about it. Everything to know, just like we're like sort of, you know, trying to understand that and should we believe it or not, Kaliko. So make sure you guys stick to the end of the podcast because I think the good stuff is probably going to be at the end.
Yeah.
So first, like I think, yeah. So you guys want to introduce yourself or want to say anything about yourself?
Hi, I'm Jyoti.
Hi, I'm Yani. You guys have already seen me probably
back on popular
in the
demand.
3rd episode.
Not seen, just heard, Ola.
Heard my voice in the 3rd episode of Dhikichyau, and I'm back here again.
Yeah. So I think Jyoti says she's been like that friend who's like Unsani, very enthusiastic on like astrology and Enneagram and MBTI and all of that. And I think like most of Malai Thavako is like based on Jyoti because like she's like so excited whenever she like figures out something new and like group chat ma pura like yo video hear yesto khaleko ani yeah I think that's why like त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ I know a lot about that. So yeah, I think we're going to start with astrology. I think सबजनालाई थाहा नै छ होला astrology sunshine खालेको, but like I think it's after I met you I found out about the sun, the rising and the moon sign. So do you want to elaborate on that?
I mean, people talk a lot of bullshit about astrology, you know? But for me, I started getting into it because I think I am the typical Sagittarius that you would know. And when I started reading about what Sagittarians were, I kind of connected with it. And I think that's what we look for in movies, personality test, astrology. So I think the connection by it, I got into it. And then I also figured that if I could understand myself better with tools, I always say that astrology is a self-discovery tool because I don't like to use it for birth chart read or future predict. I think that's all very...
I think astrology also has that negative connotation somehow because like astrology भन्ने बित्तिकै like त्यो हुन्छ नि page 6 मा गएर त्यो हुन्छ नि stars हरु हेर्ने or त्यो Himalayan times मा कति star आए खाली हेर्ने and like predicting how your day is going to go according to that खाली हुन्छ. But like I used to like look at it as a kid हुन्छ नि like त्यो newspaper हरुमा हेर्थे, but it was never like हुन्छ नि I would base my day entirely on that खाली के.
Yeah. I mean if it gives you peace of mind, use it, but then there's so much to astrology in terms of like how it shapes your personality. And I think that's what really intrigued me and interested me. So not only by myself, I actually got really interested in it when I started looking at my friends' charts and then it really helped us connect one another. Just say me and my friends, when we do some typical behavior, we say, oh, it's the classic Virgo behavior. So I think in that sense, we got like to connect this in the so it's also sort of a language and astrology helps you express your emotions okay so sometimes you might feel a certain way and you might not be able to express it mazale but then with the help of like saying that because your moon is in Cancer you're feeling really heavy and this is the khalko ke
it helps you articulate
and also because Instagram memes, Instagram memes, the astrology, and the sharing it to that person belonging to that sign is also really fun.
मलाई चाहिँ like त्यो articulate वाला part मा चाहिँ like sort of त्यो traits हरू हुन्छ नि like अब I am a Libra हैन अनि like त्यो indecisiveness or यस्तो bro like there's this person on Instagram who's like हुन्छ नि not on Instagram like TikTok हैन like हाम्रो TikTok मा like एउटा TikTok को clip हेरेर अनि I have a feeling that she's a Libra रे मलाई त
what
yeah
you don't know that person
no I
was
know her.
gonna say that like you're such a typical Libra पनि नि त not typical भन्नाले I think because for the years that I've known you for 3-4 वर्ष I know that अब जस्तै एउटा argument भइरहेछ अरे let's say there's a case at hand a discussion a topic हैन I'm talking म चाहिँ हल्का त्यो black or white खालको मान्छे छु नि त मलाई एउटा result चाहिन्छ खाले but then you always look for like the gray के the balance and Librans are त्यसै balance खाले
yeah like I find it difficult to like pick a side because like also like दुवै नै like I can like sort of you know I try to understand both the situations.
Searching for the gray one, that I think like she is better at making peace with the gray. Like searching for it on that bunny. If there's something that's like when sunny, you can't really comprehend, then you'll easily be like, yeah, I mean like you know, like chill.
Even in this Dhikichyau podcast ma pani since you are a Libra and Aditya is a Virgo हैन अनि Virgos are known to be very critical हुन्छ नि एकदम critically एउटा topic लाई हेर्ने अनि criticize गर्ने खालको अनि makes very when you're talking about things obviously he looks at it critically and he's questioning things and you're trying to find a way whether हैन यस्तो होला नि त खाले त्यो balance के I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but what I was getting at is like the Libra traits and all that. गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ like हुन्छ नि त्यो कस्तो revelation भएको जस्तै के like some of these things हुन्छ नि I never thought like I was indecisive but like हुन्छ नि like त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ like I sort of like figure out one area of it and that sort of like helps me to like okay अब indecisive भयो or like हुन्छ नि trying to be the peacemaker खालेको so like now that I know that like what can I do next खालेको चाहिँ त्यसरी चाहिँ help गरेछ types खाले so yeah I completely agree with you about how it's not about predicting the future but like knowing yourself better.
I remember actually हामी एकदम क्लब हाउसमा हुन्थ्यो नि त्यतिखेर एउटा वेस्टर्न एस्ट्रोलोजरको रुम थियो कि अनि रितेशमा एन्ड आई युज टु पिङ इच अदर अ लट वेन यस्तो एस्ट्रोलोजिकल वाला थिङ आउँथ्यो अनि आई वेन्ट टु वान अफ दिज रुम्स एन्ड देन आई आस्क द पर्सन बिकज वेदिक एस्ट्रोलोजी र वेस्टर्न एस्ट्रोलोजीमा त डिफ्रेन्स छ नि त अनि सो why do you think like which one do you prefer भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ उसले I prefer Western because Western मा चाहिँ it's more based on the seasons or the date that the person is born in and the personality traits is so whereas Vedic is more based on they try to predict the future a lot
I think I like the Eastern wala better
why
it's very detailed
The Vedic one.
Vedic मतलब birth chart वाला है
ना? नेपालमा use हुने
वाला. नेपालमा use हुने वाला. त्यो त is like तिम्रो त्यो न्वारानको नाम भन्छ नि न्वारानको नामको त्यो फर्स्ट लेटर अरू सबै अनि लाइक टाइम यताउताबाट एकदमै सबै डिटेल्स हुन्छ के अनि हाम्रो जसरी वेस्टर्न उसमा एस्ट्रोलोजीमा त्यो मुन साइन असेन्डेन्ट राइजिङ साइन अनि सन हुन्छ नि this it's like यो वाला sign is none of those signs के it's like very specific to an individual okay?
Because I think Vedic is based on the planetary positions when you were born.
Wait, what's the difference though, like Eastern or Western one?
I was say you're born and your Vedic birth chart is based on the planetary positions of when you were born. तर Western is more based on the season that you're born or तिम्रो birth date अनुसार हुन्छ नि त.
Okay.
But the birth date one makes more sense to me because there's enough like evidence that the season that you were born in affects your personality or your mood to a certain extent.
Right.
I recently read about this. They said that like 300 celebrities go research 2015 they found out that January February ma janmeko people are most likely to be famous because they're more creative and critically उनीहरूले राम्रोसँग decisions लिन सक्छ भनेर.
That just reminded me of this त्यो Malcolm Gladwell को छ नि त्यो Outliers I think त्यसमा पनि भन्छ like January को people are like the overachievers but त्यसमा चाहिँ उसको but like त्यसको reason चाहिँ के थियो भन्दाखेरि it was like based on the calendar क्या because like अब स्कुल जानलाई पनि हैन when you're born on January like अब next अब के भन्छ स्कुलको क्यालेन्डर सुरु हुन्छ नि अब सपोज लाइक 2019 मा बोर्न भएर जनवरी हैन अनि 22 मा स्कुल जानु पर्यो भने त लाइक उसको एउटा एन्टायर इयर सकिसक्यो नि त सो दे आर लाइक मच्योर नि त लाइक त्यो न्यू स्कुल सिजनमा जानलाई सो लाइक त्यो टाइम पाएँ त बट कन्ट्रास्ट टु द्याट विथ पिपल हु आर बोर्न इन डिसेम्बर अब डिसेम्बर 2019 भयो भने अनि लाइक अब 2020 मा त लाइक एक वर्ष लाइक अकर्डिङ टु द के भन्छ तिम्रो birth certificate that like 1 year count भयो नि त but you're just like 2 months old क्या
exactly
बुझेन सो लाइक उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ गाह्रो हुन्छ क्या सो either they're like they sort of get like discouraged in a way because like उनीहरूको same age group कोमा पनि like someone who's like same year को is already matured and they have the upper hand खालेको थियो क्या.
Reminds me how Sagittarians are usually like Sagittarians are born in December, November, enter December, and then they're the child of the group, or they're the most spontaneous one. Alka ansani. Ani yo February ma चाहिँ mostly Aquarians र Pisces हुन्छ नि त. Ne water र air sign अनि उनीहरू दुवैजना are considered more creative. My favorite Aquarian is Harry Styles. And Piscean of Olivia Rodrigo. She's a great storyteller, so creative. So I think that's why most likely to be famous makes sense. Neither. So seasons are romantic.
What's your star sign?
Star sign. Pisces.
Pisces.
Yeah, I'm a Piscean.
Pisceans are known to be this very mystical, intuitive.
Signs or there was this one thing that someone introduced me to त्यसमा चाहिँ लाइक Pisces कोमा चाहिँ हैन Pisces कोमा मात्र अप्लाई हुँदैन के सबै साइनमा अप्लाई हुन्छ हैन त्यसमा चाहिँ लाइक साइन्समा पनि एउटा डिभल्भड र इभल्भड हुन्छ अरे के get it so Piscean पनि like if you meet another Piscean हैन like they might be devolved or evolved wala Piscean or just in between wala के so like Pisces को उसमा चाहिँ ruling planet the Neptune हो नि त अनि त्यसपछि नेप्च्युनमा चाहिँ there's one side that's always dark के get it so there's this whole side that त्यो बाहिर सर्फेसमा भिजिबल नै हुँदैन के so त्यो डार्क साइड र ब्राइट साइड त्यो डिभल्भड र इभल्भड वाला साइड हुन्छ सबै साइन्सको भनेर भन्छ के अनि इफ यु लुक एट त्यो Piscesको त्यो फिश छ नि have you noticed एउटा is downward and एउटा is upward
it's just like the yin yang
yeah I mean, this is just like your like cute theory, you know. But like, it's so shows that it aligns with everything. Like the ruling planet and that. Only all sabai signs ma pani ke. Like if you meet another like, if you meet another Libra, you know, if you meet another person with the same sign, it's about bete ko pani hola. Tara like kura haru mildaina hola, match gardaina hola, you know. Like it depends on the spectrum of like kati ko devolved ki the evolved cha bhanera ke.
Even in the personality test that we're going to talk about later, unhealthy levels, healthy levels, average. So it's pretty much same khale. So a healthy Sagittarian is very different than someone who's not as connected khale.
Yeah.
So I think this is also why I know that's why like this is important because you can use it as a tool of self-discovery and you can see like you can relate to where you can work on to become a more better version of yourself. I mean, especially girls who are into astrology, memes you can't blame it on your sign. I murdered a person because I'm a Leo. It's just a memes. But then I think people usually look on the sunshine matre on newspaper things and all of that and those stereotypes.
Yeah, let's talk about that though. Like sunshine, moon, rising, like what is the difference?
So basically like there's rising, there's sun, there's moon, there's Venus and Mercury. So rising it's basically how people perceive you and how you come off when you walk into the room.
Sun, the one we like
social
newspaper sun is
no, that's sun. I'm talking about rising. So rising is more how other people see you as
social image.
Exactly. So for me, my rising is Leo.
Okay.
And आजकल त कोभिडले गर्दा होला त्यस्तो सोशल सिचुएसन त्यस्तो सोशल सिचुएसनमा छैन नि त अहिले त बट देन त्यस्तो अब थाहा हुँदैन बट देन आई क्यान रिलेट टु इट पहिला चाहिँ बिकज कलेजमा हुँदाखेरि आई वाज हल्का एक्सट्रोभर्टेड टाइप सो आई वक इन्टु अ रुम त्यो लियो एनर्जी खालेको थियो अनि आई वाज युजुअली लाइक आई वुड गो एन्ड वान्ट टु बी इन चार्ज अफ समथिङ वेन इट्स अ ग्रुप प्रोजेक्ट खाले सो त्यो चाहिँ राइजिङ लियो राइजिङ खाले भयो And sunshine is your personality, personality traits. त्यो चाहिँ जुन हाम्रो रेगुलर जुन थाहा हुन्छ बर्थ डेट अनुसार so it's more about again you being a Libra, you're more balanced and sometimes indecisive and you being a Piscean, you're creative and for me being a Sagittarian, I'm adventurous and kind of spontaneous यस्तो खालको अनि moon sign भनेको चाहिँ because moon भन्ने बित्तिकै you think about like emotionsहरू भयो हैन so moon is चाहिँ भित्र how you know express your emotions or how you feel खाले and for me it's Sagittarius so मेरो sun र moon दुईटै एउटै भएर पनि होला I relate to that sign नि त and that's why I started getting into it खाले what's your moon?
I don't remember. I remember like Libra अनि Capricorn र Aquarius के थियो I'm confused like कुन चाहिँ moon हो कुन चाहिँ rising हो भनेर but like yeah त्यो चाहिँ
just moon चाहिँ हल्का emotions and all so if a person is हुन्छ नि if a person is very एकदम leadership भएको but then you wouldn't expect them to be as emotional but then उनीहरूको sun Leo and moon Scorpio or Cancer पनि हुन सक्छ because Scorpio Cancer are water signs they are more expressive and sensitive but in a good way being sensitive is being in tune to your feelings so
no the thakko ulto like what I think I read हुन्छ नि sun sign चाहिँ it's how people perceive you अनि rising sign चाहिँ it's the person you actually are and your moon sign is the inner self भनेर पढाइ थिएँ के मैले चाहिँ
Okay. तर मैले चाहिँ त्यो राइजिङ चाहिँ अरू मान्छेले कसरी हेर्छ तिमीलाई सन साइन चाहिँ your personality खाले on the surface because there's also
I think social self लाई नै like how you actually are भनेर भनेको होला के like मेरो र तिम्रो definition को त्यो common वाला कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ
makes sense
but there's also like त्यो air sign water sign fire sign and
the division between the 12 signs so
the elements
instead of talking about all the signs we can talk about the 4 elements it's first there's fire which is Leo, Sag र Aries
okay
so fire signs are passionate and spontaneous and adventurous यस्तो भन्छ fire सोच्दाखेरि जस्तो त्यस्तै खालको and त्यसपछि there's water which is water is known to heal खाले नि त
sensitive over
I think a good way to understand all the elements is to watch Avatar. We talked about it. So Avatar the last airbender भन्ने series छ नि water ले heal गर्छ नि so water signs are more healers खाले people के so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces they have this really calm energy about them and they're very in touch with their emotions and all the water signs that I have in my life
turbulent bunny
and all the water signs that I know in my life are like that, get in touch with their emotions, and I really like that about water signs. Ani this earth signs say, or I have a love-hate relationship with earth signs say, because me being a fire sign, I'm a triple fire. Rising Leo, Sun, Moon, Sagittarius. And me being fire, I don't have that stability.
But you don't have a fire vibe, Taza. No. You have a water vibe.
No, she has a fire vibe yet.
Maybe in usual situations.
I mean, like,
you guys are more like closer,
I guess.
The way you talk and everything. Your exterior is very watery. Like it would make sense if like rising or moon was fire, no? The sun it would be very believable if it was water. I'm gonna say that
maybe this is not related to my astrology and more with my personality type, which we're gonna talk about later.
Yeah.
Like you guys know what my Enneagram and stuff is.
Yeah.
So I think this like
Okay.
Astrology after so the thing is मेरो chart ma धेरै fire मात्रै छ क्या धेरै water and air नै छैन, which makes me pretty unstable. I don't know. But anyway, I was talking about earth signs. I have a love-hate relationship with them because they're so driven and like very focused on what they do and stable. Okay? Because earth is a stable thing. So Capricorn, and this was Virgo ra.
I don't know.
Like air signs ko barema
air sign baki cha haina na
we're talking about earth. Capricorn, Virgo ra
Sagittarius. Sorry, Capricorn.
Capricorn, Virgo ra Taurus.
Yeah.
So they're more stable, and if you see the Capricorns,
stable in what sense?
I like Earth, man. They're very...
Your brother is a Earth sign, Capricorn, full Capricorn energy.
Also, like, but then stable in what sense? Like they have like they're like
finances, ambition, work,
in all aspects.
Organized and collected. Virgos are like them organized ones, honey.
Only meditative khalko vibe just the lagcha and Earth signs.
I think like when they put their head into something, they're like very driven. Okay, the richest man in the world is a Capricorn. It makes sense, no? Jeff Bezos.
Backed by evidence.
Backed by evidence. मैले अघि अर्को एभिडेन्स भन्छु
Jeff Bezos again. It was Elon Musk अस्ति नै तर फेरि
अहिले फेरि जेफ भयो अनि अघिको मैले फायर साइन्स भन्दै थिएँ नि देयर भेरी स्पोन्टेनियस चेन्ज चाहिरहने खालको अनि पप स्टार्स लाइक बिली आइलिश एन्ड टेलर स्विफ्ट माइली साइरस कति लाइक आफ्नो सजिटेरियन्सहरू
फायर
अब को बाँकी एयर साइन्स बाँकी
मलाई यस्तो बेइज्जत हान्दा थियो यार एक्चुअली आई थिंक इट वाज यु हु वाज लाइक यु नो इन्सल्टिङ मी लाइक क्लासमा हामी बसिराख्दाखेरि लाइक के हो त्यो साइन खाले गर्छ
नो अफेन्स
लाइक
माय गॉड ऑल अफेन्स
आई नो उले त मलाई लाइक धेरै भन्ने
साइन्सहरु यस्तो चुतिया
एकछिन को छ
यस्तो चुतिया दे हैव प्लास्टिक हार्ट्स के हुन्छ
plastic hearts. What do you mean by plastic hearts?
Has been hurt by air signs. So air signs are Gemini, Libra.
It's like air signs are just there.
But मलाई जुन air sign मन पर्छ एकदम मेरो favorite चाहिँ Aquarians हो क्या. They are so goofy and weird and
not
lovely.
Libra, what the
Harry
hell?
Styles, I'm gonna stand over Harry Styles. I also like Libra because Kim Kardashian is also a Libra, you know, and she's like
Doja Cat.
हामीले नचिन्ने मान्छेहरू हो कि त्यो छोड्यो कि
तर Kim Kardashian by plastic hearts भन् त
होइन त्यो ऱ्यासनल हुनेको पनि एउटा लिमिट हुन्छ नि पुरै लाइक इमोसन्सलाई नै ब्लक आउट गरिदिएर इट्स लाइक पुरै एउटा हुन्छ नि
रोबोट लाइक
पुरै रोबोट हिँड्ने जस्तो कि लाइक रोबोट कि
लाइक एउटा प्लास्टिक like avoid emotions a lot. I've noticed that
एउटा फसाड हुन्छ हैन
तैले पनि हुनुपर्ने क्या त्यो यस्तो mood down भयो भने ला everything's wrong खाले and so they don't like to feel that खाले.
Oh yeah, I find myself like detaching a lot though.
Do you even feel?
Oh my god. Oh, why are you attacking me like that?
Don't defend her.
A Pisces talking to a Libra.
Don't defend her. Be like, होइन त्यो भन्न मन लाग्छ तर भन्न नसक्या होला नि भनेर कि त्यो भन्नु कुरै छैन जस्तो छ.
I was getting on something. Kim Kardashian being a Libra, but I through years modeling and reality stars. And after all these years, she's studying law to help those who are wrongfully convicted. So that's such Libra behavior, and that's like nice. So
what? I think that's
it's nice.
I mean, she's studying law even after she's successful.
Yeah, I mean,
being
why
a reality
not?
star.
Why not? I mean, I think it was you who was like insulting me in class, man. Like,
yeah.
What is your sign? Libra. You're an air sign. Like, you're literally everywhere.
Omnipresent.
Everywhere.
You're just like everywhere. Like when you're at a stable place, you're just like everywhere. Wanna be everywhere, with everyone.
I remember you telling me if you had a superpower, you'd want to clone yourself.
Yeah. Clone yourself?
I mean, clones of ourselves.
Yeah,
I want to
so she could be everything.
No, it's not about being self-obsessed, bro. It's like listen to me. Like clone as in Naruto ko jutsu like ekkochari 10-12 वटा हुने खालेको. Like because I want to do so many things, but like एउटा मात्र मान्छे छ नि त.
That's why she hates air signs. We're getting it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so
I can't even handle one of me.
I just want to do so many things.
I was gonna say same.
I feel like मलाई त चाहिन्छ खाली हुन्छ.
Also, I think she makes sense because a lot of other YouTube videos and यस्तो talking shit about your zodiac signs and YouTube videos. There's so many like Geminis are the most hated air signs, and they're also air because everybody says they're two-faced.
Serial killers, there was like a list of like 30-40 serial killers. I know.
You're Gemini. Oh my god.
The most that there was
the person behind the camera is a Gemini.
All you could see was like Pisces, Gemini, and Cancer.
But again हामीले कुरा गरेको थियो नि realized unrealized and
devolved realized and unrealized.
What about
the healthy and unhealthy levels ko bare ma. I think it's the same so if you're an unhealthy Gemini, you might eta pani thikka two-faced wala, but then if you're a healthy version, I think that's a really good trait to have, Nita. Walking into a room and adapting to it, walking into a circle.
If someone pisses you off, then you just reveal your other head.
Exactly. And the Geminis are known to be great communicators because of that, Nita, because they know how to act in what room
You hear what she just said?
Communicator, manipulator. Geminis are known to be great communicators, and I was the communicator, manipulator.
Oh my god, there's Gemini sang a bad experience in America.
I like my sign, man.
The person I liked, Suruma, was a Gemini.
Oh, no wonder you hate that. Entire like everything that has to do with like Gemini and the
element. Air sign.
Me?
I mean, you're all right.
I don't like
fire your resting face.
Fire water.
What? I don't like your resting face.
Anyways,
we're just talking about random signs.
Yeah, she's just like bashing air signs for no good reason.
But I'm gonna say I love Aquarians. I think I'm the most compatible with Aquarians. But Sagittarians or Aquarius are really compatible. I have a couple of friends who are like the Sagittarius Aqua wala pairing couples. They work really well. And all of my Aquarians friends are my favorite because they're so goofy and lovely to be around. And me being a Sagittarian, one this vibe goes. And if it's a earth sign, like if it's a Aries one, if it's a like Virgo or a Taurus, they're overly critical, and it turns me off. Earth signs say, but then I love them as my friends again. I think every sign has a healthy version or unhealthy version.
Yeah,
so in conclusion, even talking about compatibility and signs, healthy versions can be good and compatibility signs. If you're both healthy versions of your own sign or your personality, you'll obviously work.
Yeah, I think we can talk more about that in the Enneagram theme. Now let's move on to MBTI test.
Enneagram is my favorite, also stay tuned.
So MBTI test is like based on कतिवटा questions हैन कति 60 something कतिवटा
16 personalities
16 or personalities
16
तर questions चाहिँ like they're like just like number of questions that you have to answer and based on that like there's like a Likert scale हुन्छ नि slightly agree like agree अनि neutral disagree के अरे strongly disagree त्यस्तो खाले Likert scale वाला हुन्छ so like you just like answer those questions and then you get your result okay
16personalities.com
so yeah you can do that in 16personalities.com we'll also link it in the description I think MBTI test is very famous because Fortune 500 companies ko pani like 88% of companies they use this to recruit people right? This along with like company culture ko arko kuny euta test रहेछ so based on that they recruit people
Big Five wala
and Big Five and there's some other culture सँग like the company ko culture सँग match हुन्छ कि हुँदैन भने they have this other questionnaire खालेको thing and based on that they like recruit people रहेछ so McKinsey Deloitte Bain हरू that's what I read है त्यो चाहिँ हुँदो रहेछ and I think MBTI को चाहिँ like त्यो 4 वटा छ नि त्यो 4 वटा चाहिँ like it's like divided into 4 parts so it like हुन्छ नि sort of helps you understand
हुन्छ elements हुन्छ to your personality
yeah 4 elements one is like how you direct and receive energy so that is introvert or extrovert so like this go initial and I or E खालेको and then there's how you seek information that is sensing or like intuition and then how you come to a conclusion that is through feeling or thinking and finally how you approach the outside worlds that's perceiving and judgment so based on that like permutation combination there are like 16 other types मेरो चाहिँ is the protagonist I don't know what's that so like you के भन्छ यसलाई ENFJ
so you're an extrovert intuitive feeler र perceiver I am
ENFJ J भनेको judgment
that's I think one of the rarest ones like
the protagonist नाम
अलि rare मा पर्छ के त्यो personality types मा के according to the stats to survey
before we move on what are your like traits भनौँ न अब since the combination ले गर्दाखेरि के
कसो भन्नाले
अब जस्तै ENFP भयो नि ENFP हैन ENFJ so what is the basic उ त्यो के
what kind of people भनेको protagonist खै अब अलिकति idealist पनि हुन्छ but they're sort of like peacemakers खालेकै
coming back to Libra
yeah coming back to Libra and
also your Enneagram त्यो पछि I think same खालको रहेछ
so yeah अलिकति people who want to lead leadership comes easy to them खालेको अनि they want to like they're like listening to all sides and making the best judgment and they like sort of stand out for people खालेको like cannot you know see wrong being happen खालेको
so त्यो E भयो हैन extrovert which means that you derive energy off of other people खाले
so yeah मलाई re-energize हुनलाई I have to be with people or something like that but it's so funny because like I've always like thought I was an introvert अनि मेरो यो टेस्टमा पनि is like extrovert चाहिँ 51% थियो क्या the remaining 49% is the introvert के so I'm sort of an ambivert
same मलाई पनि surprise किन भएको थियो भन्दाखेरि म because पहिला when I was like really young म त यस्तो कुरामा I was then looking at it since I was a teenager अनि पहिला चाहिँ म ENTP थिएँ के अनि completely change भएको क्या because now I'm an INFP so मलाई पनि introvert त्यो सुरुको I चाहिँ people don't really हुन्छ नि believe that I'm like people who know me when I say I'm an INFP like introverted हो तिमी खालको क्या तर for me MBTI मा चाहिँ it's because how you derive your energy खाले हो नि त and for me if I get drained I don't like हुन्छ नि meeting people and being around people I'm more introspective अनि आफै नै I become okay खाले के so I भयो अनि intuition त भइहाल्यो intuition just sensing को चाहिँ difference I think it's more like instinct
sensing and intuition चाहिँ like you sensing is like, you know, collecting data and like understanding, like our research or when intuition is like gut feeling khali ko kya. So that's that, you know. Ani त्यसपछि is like feeling
versus thinking त भइहाल्यो.
Thinking पनि is like, you know, critical हुने, and feeling is like how I feel about it, like I make decisions based on how I feel khali ko.
So yeah, I'm a feeler, you know, INF, and last could say perceiver. So I like to
how you perceive the outside world khali ko.
No, I think it's instead of like looking at something and judging it from afar, you try to see it from all different angles and
it's
kind of
like
build a perception around it.
I think like timle patako ma like you're just like, you know, there's this example where it talked about how to differentiate like judging ra perceiving wala. So when you see a picture, if there are like two people and like पछाडी चाहिँ हुन्छ नि पुरा त्यो पहाड अनि घाम यस्तो सहिरहेछ भने judgment wala people चाहिँ they like, you know, identify okay के छ यो picture मा खाली हुन्छ नि okay there are two people अनि पछाडी घाम छ अनि के भन्छ पानी बगिरहेछ types खाले. But then like perceiving wala people चाहिँ get into like how they look khale kya, do they look sad or do they look happy or is it a sunny day,
that kind of a person
so perceiving is that. What is yours?
We have just the thinking or feeling go difference in the
mero kyo
INTP
ATT
my
you're a logician
logician. I'm a mediator, you're a protagonist.
I was a mediator like 2 years ago.
So मैले अहिले जे जे भने introverted and intuitive अनि मैले चाहिँ feeler भने but you're a thinker अनि perception वाला भयो.
Okay, so यसको पनि like मलाई चाहिँ यो INTP whatever भन्दा नि like यो website मा चाहिँ there is like small characters and small illustrations of what that is. So मेरो वाला is the protagonist, yours is mediator, yours is
logician. Logic. Because हाम्रोमा के difference आयो भने she's a thinker and I'm a feeler खाले. So she's the introverted, logically कुराहरू हेर्ने खालको मान्छे हैन.
Yeah, I think like
if you go to the website and त्यहाँनिर तल famous people from the same personality type भनेर आउँछ नि, I think that's चाहिँ एकदमै interesting.
That's interesting.
मेरोमा त जहिले पनि writersहरू आउँछ क्या, like William Shakespeare अनि यस्तो Shakespeare सरे मैले. What do you get?
मेरोमा त Barack Obama अनि के रे
politicians.
Like most of the politiciansहरू they're actually protagonist खाले रहेछ. ऊ पनि Oprah Winfreyहरू. And I was like, oh, it actually what was yours? Logician.
You said Isaac Newton.
Yeah, Isaac Newton. I just remember him. Or that I remember.
Action my ideals.
Logician. I think
Bill Gates, bro.
Bill Gates, nice.
Albert Einstein.
Nice.
Kristen Stewart.
What?
Kristen
Stewart.
Isaac Newton, yes.
Okay.
मैले चिनेको त्यति हो.
Toilet
I think त्यहाँमध्ये चाहिँ probably most close to Kristen Stewart.
I was gonna say toilet हेरेर थाहा हुन्छ she's not much of a feeler भनेर जहिले पनि.
Oh right.
T.
I mean she doesn't express much. Twilight मा चाहिँ at least.
Interesting thing is that a lot of movies अनि हामीले अघि कुरा गरिरहेको थियो नि novels and writersहरूले पनि एउटा certain typeलाई लिएर अनि they kind of write the character around it खाले अनि I think it's also helpful in यस्तो चाहिँ क्या.
That makes sense.
जस्तै अब if you want a person जस्तै मलाई चाहिँ मैले अघि पनि भनेको थिएँ नि I loved 500 Days of Summer भन्ने movie because and I just loved it and त्यसको जो main guy छ ऊ पनि type 4 रहेछ which is पछि त हामी Enneagram को कुरा गर्छ नि. So यो Enneagram अनि MBTI हरूले चाहिँ it helps you like build a personality or a character that people can resonate with because after all it's all about resonating with people khale.
So like do writers like they literally pick a character, pick a personality trait and then build around it,
I don't know
how they like react to things like because he's a type 4 like
all starts as a personality trait like I want this type of person to be like
so I was to say I don't know, I'm not an expert, but then if you want protagonist if they want somebody who is the main character and who is going to bring changes and reform something in the society when maybe they'll look at the protagonist and then read up on it because there's pages and pages of like information and research and stuff like that and how this about the character build say how this person will react to a certain situation, say maybe they'll do it around it, okay? Say एउटा ENFP character छ भने how they will react to a certain thing, or how they will even do certain things, like if an ENFP is painting something or building something, how they will like go about it khale.
Or maybe like they can like twist things around, like जसरी react गर्नु पर्ने हो त्यो भन्दा उल्टो गरिदिन्छ to surprise the audience. I don't know.
त्यो character arc change गरिदिने, or अनि plus growth को लागि पनि त character development को लागि, if like unhealthy levels वाला reference लिएर अनि they can build it into a healthy level वाला personality trait.
MBTI चाहिँ like should be big, man. Like Fortune 500 companies हरूले नै like recruit गर्नलाई to understand their like employees नै use गरिरहेको छ भने त like हुन्छ नि.
I think that the problem with it is that it's not as scientific. And it's like neuroscience, or it's the back support the gare छैन त्यही भएर पनि होला. It's just like, and also people say like कसरी 16 वटा personalities को मात्र मान्छे हुन्छ र खालको.
I think one of the argument is like it's oversimplified into 16 personalities खालेको.
So obviously people are not just 12 types, just the zodiac signs, and 16 types, because MBTI
like all three things that we're talking about is not scientific actually, I know. It's just like based on some research, but the research is only as good as the hypothesis.
I think if you take it as like त्यो कुराहरुको purpose चाहिँ it's to help you realize things or make yourself better or to even understand yourself, because we're all a little lost and हामीहरु त्यही त खोजिरहेको हुन्छ नि त, relatability अनि if we relate to a sign or a type. I think if you take it at that,
something to identify with,
something to identify,
I think
to
we will
express
get
your
to
emotions.
that. But let's talk about Enneagram first.
I was going to say something. If people were just 12 or a matra type according to zodiac, the movie is a Hindi movie, watch Rashi Bandi. It's very crazy. So world it's like obviously it's not because the guy actually the guy is getting an arranged marriage, right?
Okay.
And त्यो
उसको compatibility
उसको काकालाई चाहिँ मलाई 12 वटा टाइपको केटी मात्र देखाउनु अनि एक एकवटा साइनको एउटा केटी देखाउनु अनि त्यसपछि यतिकै थाहा भइहाल्छ नि कोसँग कम्प्याटेबल छु भनेर के त्यही नै हो. सो त्यस्तै गरे भइहाल्छ नि.
Literally ask for 12 वटा केटी with different zodiac signs. Wow, okay.
So the world would have been like that if everybody believed in it. So being skeptical is also
okay.
It's a pretty funny movie. It's fun. I like watching
entertainment
movies.
Okay. So like let's go to Enneagram. So what is it? Do you want to explain what Enneagram is?
Define Enneagram. Bannu na halka background on it.
Enneagram it's like it's also based on questions. And त्यो questions ले चाहिँ like MBTI मा चाहिँ 16 वटा personalities गर्थ्यो भने यसमा चाहिँ like 9 वटा personalities, like
9 types.
9 types चाहिँ बनाएको छ, and that is further divided into 3 हैन त. It's like categorized into 3. So one is like gut, one is like gut, like gut and like heart and like brain भनेर तीनटामा categorize गरेछ 9 वटा like 3
body,
types.
heart, brain पनि भन्छ नि.
Yeah. Body, heart, brain.
Why I like Enneagram more than MBTI or anything else is that MBTI is more about how you communicate or how you react to situations or how you interact with other people khale. And Enneagram is more internalized in a way that how you react to your emotions or how to manage your emotions better khale okay Enneagram. So it's fun. Ani त्यो 9 वटा टाइप भनेर 9 वटा टाइप मात्रै हुँदैन. It's more like 1 wing, 2 wing, 1 यस्तो like combinations हुन्छ. अनि plus if you really go deep into it, which we're not gonna do आज हैन, एउटा डायग्राम छ के Enneagram को. So गोलो छ अनि त्यहाँभित्र चाहिँ there is certain like triangle खालको छ हैन. So 4 is connected to 1 र 2 खाले हैन. So if you're a healthy 4, you will have the good characters of 1 अनि bad characters of 2 खाले. यस्तो कति धेरै like correlations हरु धेरै like it's very vast के. It's not as limiting खाले छ. So 1 भनेको चाहिँ के हो रे? Reformer. 1 is the reformer, which is like एकदमै they're like looking for reform and यस्तो society-ma to do good खाले and 2 is the helper भयो नि त. And so if I'm a healthy 4, maybe I'll like
reformer. 1 is reformer. I value, seek and am motivated by justice.
reform.
So are they like the judge or something?
Are you 1?
They're the Librans. I think she's a 9 with 1, you know?
Okay, I forgot. I think I'm a 9 with 2. Just
9 with 2 then, na?
So let's talk about our...
Yeah.
यस्तो हुन्छ त्यो with wing चाहिँ either it's 1 with 2 or 2 with 1 or 2 with 3. It's never 5 with 9, 4 with 9. त्यस्तो कहिले पनि हुँदैन. So I think you are 9 with 1.
I think
त्यस्तो हुन्छ. So 9 र 1 चाहिँ हुन्छ like in a circle.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a 4 with 5.
What are you?
I don't know. What was I?
4 with 5 though.
4 with 5 नै?
It दुबै जना 4 with 5.
4 wing 5.
Or wing 5 or with 5.
त्यसले with भन्न आउँछ but it's wing.
I remember that it was 4.
So either 4 भयो भने चाहिँ it's either 4 wing 3 or 4 wing 5.
मलाई चाहिँ यो Enneagram अति confusing लागेको थियो
investigator भनेको थियो नि.
Enneagram चाहिँ अति confusing लागेको थियो because like it's just like it has like strings and like के खालेको अनि कस्तो like हुन्छ नि बुझ्नै गाह्रो जस्तै लागिरहेको थियो क्या like just tell me what I am खाले हुन्छ नि. But then like पछि like I was like, you know, while I was like listening to some podcast खालेको like the thing about this Enneagram चाहिँ is like your true self खालेको नि त like emotional stage कस्तो छ खालेको अनि the thing I like most is like अघि भने जस्तो like healthy र unhealthy के because like MBTI हरुमा पनि त्यस्तो like healthy unhealthy like राम्रो भयो भने यस्तो नराम्रो भयो भने यस्तो भन्दैन नि त. So यसमा चाहिँ
weaknesses हरु लेखेको छ त.
weaknesses हरु छ तर like it's just like यो तिम्रो weakness हो खालेको छ नि त like you can like you when you're at your low point यो यस्तो हुन्छ when you're like at your best like this is it भन्ने चाहिँ छैन नि त. यसमा चाहिँ छ क्या Enneagram मा.
Average 4s, healthy 4s, unhealthy 4s,
like a spectrum.
Yeah, like a spectrum. Okay, and त्यो चाहिँ I think it was like interesting. यसमा चाहिँ
अघि न हाम्रो एस्ट्रोलोजीको जस्तै जुन एयर फायर वाटर अर्थ थियो नि त्यस्तै यसमा पनि हार्ट ब्रेन र गट हुन्छ नि त. सो वी क्यान गो अबाउट इट यसरी. सो फर्स्टमा गट भने चाहिँ इट्स 1 9 र 8.
So I think gut people say they're more they're like they depend on their gut feeling खालेको नै instincts खालेको अनि heart is
2 3 4
like they listen to their heart खालेको हैन like driven by their emotions त्यस्तो खालेको feeling खालेको and head वाला चाहिँ they're like more
investigators
logical and data backed खालेको कुराहरु गर्छ भन्ने खाले.
So if I was a 4 with 3 maybe I would have been more emotional but since I'm a 4 with 5 and I fall between like the heart र brain maybe I can find balance खाले.
Driven by the heart or brain को like हैन
तर mostly the 4 भयो but with 5 भयो नि त.
Yeah, Enneagram.
I wanted to talk about that. तपाईहरुले एकचोटी एउटा पहिला एपिसोड गरेको थियो नि about your birth order र
how it affects your personality.
Yeah, I think यसमा पनि I mean from personal experience a lot of the only childs that I know are usually 3K. Only 3 are the achievers and we've talked and I think you guys also talked about how only child feel this need to
prove themselves,
achieve things भनेर. I think it all connects and all of this is
yeah खोइ like तर contradict पनि गर्छ कुनै कुनैमा because you said तिम्रो is like fire but Enneagram मा you're like अलिकति feeler खालेको.
Yeah, that's why I said she's water and she gives off water energy.
INFP र 4 त
it's like MBTI र
Enneagram
is very water.
यो धेरै like हुन्छ नि if you like start putting yourself in like okay यसमा चाहिँ म यसमा चाहिँ यो गरेर गर्दाखेरि like we have like limiting different sides नि त. Limiting भन्दा पनि we have like different sides नि त अनि just because we associate like हाम्रो हुन्छ नि अब as humans I feel angry sometimes, I feel vulnerable sometimes, I feel like insecure sometimes, I feel like very confident sometimes. The confident वाला part like okay I'm fire अनि like हुन्छ नि when I'm like vulnerable I'm water खाले गरेर. Do you think we're like हुन्छ नि over कस्तो भन्ने over like trying to
overanalyzing.
Trying to justify everything खाले.
Justify, yeah. Trying to justify and like overanalyze गरेर चाहिँ like त्यस्तो हो कि because त्यो भन्यो भने त like partly I'm water, partly I'm fire, partly I'm earth खाले
We're everything.
It's just like सबैको mix नै हुन्छ नि. That's why like the mix of the ascent, rising sign, moon sign, sun sign makes every single individual unique.
Yeah.
It's not just like Sag-haru, सबै Sag जस्तै हुन्छ, Pisceans-haru उ जस्तै हुन्छ. त्यो chart-को mix-मा every person is unique. And you're सबै यो like, hey, you're a Piscean too, I'm a Piscean too. Well, it's just like everybody wants to fit in, everybody wants to like feel like they belong. हुन्छ नि त्यो identify गर्ने तरिका पनि हुन्छ नि त.
Yeah.
अनि एउटा justify गर्ने तरिका पनि हुन्छ, like हुन्छ नि. Oh yeah, like हुन्छ नि, I'm like this, so like
Yeah,
more
like
than astrology and MBTI, I felt more understood with Enneagram because it's more about feeling and so the fours that like fours that usually they always feel like something is missing bitra, like no matter where you are, what you're doing, there's always this place in your heart that'll always be empty.
There's this like vacuum,
there's this void feel garda. So they're always looking for the beauty to or the beauty of the world or anything like that to like to make themselves feel better. And so that's why a lot of fours are into artsy things and more creative what four do I know? A lot of fours I know are like that. This Taylor Swift is also a four. I'm a big Swiftie, so like fours are emotions like express garsa, it helps you become more aware about your feelings in a sense that I'm feeling like this oily, but then because sometimes when you go low you tend to go very low feelings. So if you connect with it and you know your weaknesses, then you can kind of work on it.
No, like it's like a lot of people would say that like your MBTI, astrology, your Enneagram is like putting people in boxes and like labeling it.
Criticism.
Yeah, label gareko. So I don't exactly think that's bad, because like it can also like help you understand yourself in like
yeah, exactly.
So like it's a good place to start, but I don't think it's okay to like base all of your life events or like all of your personalities or all of your decisions on these things.
A lot of people I know who've turned into even you guys, a lot of people who've turned into astrology or the things are when they're moving from one place to other or when they're feeling or transitioning wala phase ma hola, and it makes sense because when we're moving from one house to another, we're putting things in boxes and labeling things to be organized, Nita. So when you're moving from one aspect of your life to another, it's okay to after personality different aspects like a box you move and then you kind of figured out things.
Yeah, I think like most of the people who turn to astrology or like tarot card reading or all of that is when they're like at a low point when they're like a little vulnerable because they need a sense of direction.
Yeah, the uncertainty when they're at like you're a point of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Either like you're a solitude. When they're in a period of solitude or something that's like there's no answers and there's no anything and then you're like, oh, there's this one thing that can like predict like what might happen or like it might help you know yourself better or others better. And you just like depend on that. I read this article where a lot of teens and young adults they're like tarot they're turning to tarot because they're depressed again like depression like they turn to tarot.
They're trying to search for hope.
It was so related and I could also relate when I was uncertain about something and ekdamai restless I turned to like tarot.
And tarot like criticize because I know that a lot of the messages that you receive are positive one way or the other. And because even the most negative looking cards, खास गरी हल्का positive हुने हुन्छ जस्तै एउटा tower भन्ने card छ नि त्यो पुरै crash भइरहेको अनि if it's like upright it just means that there is like change coming into your life खालको or something like that के even the devil card is also about change I think so even like negative messages चाहिँ दिँदैन so it's
I mean, I thought like negative messages पनि छ हैन
negative पनि छ but it can be perceived के
like it's all about how the reader
perceives it के
like tells you as खाले
read गर्ने मान्छेले पनि अब combination of cards पनि हुन्छ नि त so you can get devil and you can get something else and that would mean something else
you might be frightened by change but then change is necessary change is okay so they positively in a mills and even if they're going to be like oh there's a big change coming in your life and you don't have to be
freaky ke like this go like origin नै थाहा छैन के it's like
what
yeah nobody knows tarot origin yeah
I didn't know that
nobody knows where tarot came from
exactly त्यो कस्तो
mystical
anyway I think we're deviating I'm in the mystical
yeah so like I was just like reminded of one of the memes you posted पहिला के like Instagram like Yanले post गरेको थियो like people who turn to astrology and like यो यस्तो टेस्टहरु are people who are like most misunderstood as children khale थियो के and I'm just like thinking about that ke
that was like it goes back to childhood funny
yeah
I sent it to you too
yeah
and I was like cute she was like okay I don't know
and I think I said something like I think everybody's misunderstood
I mean I was thinking about the same thing like huncha ni like
you can't expect your parents to understand everything
everybody like everyone is like misunderstood at some point
huncha ta kasto huncha ni kasto parale misunderstood
now you're acting like an air sign
like japai I'm a thinker
thinker see the thing that we're doing right now is also like trying to like if it's a certain relatability factor अनि त्यो जस्तै you're such a air sign kind of relatability communication गर्न easier
भयो नि राम्रो भएन है I'm offended because यो त like त्यो हुन्छ नि पुरै racism and colorism and there's so many things हुन्छ नि त्यो segregation अब like this signsहरु पनि अब segregation हुन थालिसक्यो के भन्ने पाउँदैन
you just did that to me Augie what the hell कस्तो hypocrite
you're being discriminative towards signs and
ए त के बोल्न पाएको छैन लाइक यो त यो sign हो
like podcast मा
that's what you
हामीलाई आजको podcast मा Gemini's सु Gemini's हरुको बारेमा अघि हामी नराम्रो बोलिरहेथ्यौं नि त
सब Gemini's dislike आन्छ होला यो podcast
don't do that
come on man it's fine like I don't mean it okay like you can exist from afar like you know
I agree
oh my god ke bhanira thiye ma about like
boxes you were talking about boxes
like putting no boxes भन्दा नि I was thinking about how we're like vulnerable and uncertain wala stage ma pugera we turn into यस्तो कुराहरु नि do you think that also like contributes to like people being like त्यो stage ma ta मान्छे अति gullible हुन्छ नि त अति vulnerable हुन्छ नि त and do you think like त्यति बेला when you turn to astrology or like tarot card reading or whatever like you tend to believe in it more खालेको like even though हुन्छ नि vaguest thing vague कुरा भने पनि like yeah okay yeah this is me खालेको feel हुन सक्छ नि त what do you guys think
I feel like too मान्छेहरुले मेरो लागि चाहिँ I'm gonna share my experience I wanted something एकदमै हैन this one time हैन I was very uncertain about something अनि I'm not gonna say what it is obviously हैन but like मैले त्यो tarot मा like हेरे के अनि even if the tarot reading मा like हुन्छ नि it said कि like हुन्छ नि you're not gonna get it like give up खालको हैन त्यो चाहिँ ignore गरेर I would only focus on हैन पाउँछ यतावाला के I was like addicted to it के मेरो साथीहरुले पनि भनेको थियो के like यो त अति भयो यो त टक्सिक नै भयो तेरो like यो obsession with tarot भनेर अनि त्यसपछि पछि after I got that thing नि हैन I completely abandoned tarot के छोड्दिएँ के मैले I don't watch tarot anymore
so you just like wanted that faint flicker of hope from tarot but you didn't get it so you just like
no I wanted that hope हैन पछि कसरी just like I got what I wanted
tarot ma payo bhane ki you got it in real life
I got it in real life ke
okay
and tarot ma say I was looking for the answer ke बिकज अलिकति हेल्पलेस थिएँ क्या म अनि त्यो पाइसकेपछि रियल लाइफमा मैले ट्यारो नै लाइक मैले छोडिदिएँ क्या लाइक इट जस्ट डिडन्ट मेक सेन्स एनिमोर
Okay, so like because tarot ma bhaneko wrong थियो, that's why you abandoned it.
Not wrong kid.
No, she just didn't
I
need
got
it.
what I wanted.
You didn't need it.
And I was tarot say like I was watching
Using it as a tool.
I was trying to get answers के मैले पाउँछु कि पाउँदिन यो कुरा खालको के अनि पाइसकेपछि त अब लाइक बाले भन भनेर मैले छोड्दिएँ के
Wow.
चाहिँदै चाहिएन नि त
या एक्ज्याक्टली
Also it was wrong नि त because tarot मा त तँलाई लाइक पाउँदैन भनेर भनेको भने
होइन पाउँछ पनि पाउँदैन पनि त्यो पाउँदैन वाला कुरा चाहिँ कस्तो लाइक
Ignore
इग्नोर गराए गरे अनि जस्ट लाइक पोजिटिभ मात्रै हेर्ने त्यो लुप के कस्तो त्यो टक्सिक लुप के अनि पछि पाइसकेपछि चाहिँ आई जस्ट लाइक इट्स लाइक अब्यान्डन गरिदिएँ क्या मैले म चाहिँ त्यस्तो बेला मात्रै आई गेट अब्सेस्ड विथ दिस थिङ्स जस्तो लाग्यो क्या मलाई चाहिँ
For me, Bunny, I don't think that I'm into it as much as अहिले भनेर के because since we talked about doing this episode and I went back and kind of looked into it खाले नि त अनि पहिला चाहिँ I think a year or two ago खाले चाहिँ I was like really into it because it was so interesting and for me it was more out of curiosity than need खाले अनि म चाहिँ एउटा कुरामा स्टिक भएपछि त्यो कुराको बारेमा रिसर्च गरेर त्यसको बारेमा सबै कुरा थाहा पाउनुपर्छ and then I go पछि गएर लाइक निस्किन्छ त्यहाँबाट अनि बेरमा जहिले फेजेस हुन्छ रिसर्च गर्ने कुराहरूको अनि आई थिङ्क त्यतिखेर थियो वाज लाइक यो एस्ट्रोलोजी अनि सबै MBTI पर्सनालिटी टाइप्स एभ्रिथिङ होइन अनि अहिले चाहिँ आई डोन्ट केयर अबाउट इट मच इभन लाइक विथ भिगनिजम पनि त्यस्तै थियो रिसर्च गरेर अब आई डोन्ट गो ब्याक एन्ड वाच दोज भिडियोज अगेन सो इट्स ट्रमाटाइजिङ होइन सो इट्स त्यस्तै क्या एउटा कुराको बारेमा when you हुन्छ नि यार done with it, you're done with it खाले भयो so I've never given much thought to like साँच्चै भयो र खालको
अहिले चाहिँ लाइक नन बिलिभर सेमी बिलिभर र बिलिभरको स्पेक्ट्रममा वेयर डु यु गाइज थिङ्क यु फल
मलाई चाहिँ I've never really obsessed over like astrology or like MBTI or Enneagram for that matter होइन but like whenever I've been introduced to these ideas like एउटा कुरा नयाँ like हुन्छ नि revelation जस्तो खाले क्या like अब तिम्रो पर्सनालिटी चाहिँ यस्तो हो है भनेर भन्दा and then I go back and think के like हुन्छ नि do I relate to it like and then like I just like try to see patterns in my life where I'm like doing it खालेको अनि that's just how it's helped but I've never like हुन्छ नि gone deep into it and like होइन म त आफूलाई like हुन्छ नि I'll find myself खालेको चाहिँ
म त find myself वालै थियो
अनि मलाई चाहिँ like personally चाहिँ I don't really feel like that's very healthy also because like you're just like त्यसमा त अलि biased हुन्छ नि त so I'm just like taking few things and like हुन्छ नि like if that makes me feel better then it's okay if it's not like हुन्छ नि I don't want to explore it खालेको avoiding
like
my emotions if
you're a
you guys
semi-believer or like you're a believer if it's like
semi-believer yeah semi-believer
what about you
म चाहिँ I think that I don't obsess over it
I know you do
not like in my everyday life I need this मलाई चाहियो future prediction यस्तो होइन I'm not obsessed with it on an unhealthy level
right
तर if it because it resonates with me and because a lot of things even मेरो के अरे अब ममहरूले चिना देखाउँछ नि यस्तोमा लाइक भनेको कुराहरू मिलिरहेको हुन्छ I'm wearing a ring that just because my astrologer said होइन so त्यस्तो कुरा just also for peace of mind for my हुन्छ नि फ्यामिली पनि लगाइछ ठिक छ भनेर हुन्छ नि त्यस्तो कुराहरूमा चाहिँ I never opposed to it क्या म कहिले पनि लाइक नयाँ लगाउँदिनँ खालको बिकज उनीहरूलाई पनि पिस अफ माइन्ड हुन्छ मलाई पनि ल ठिकै छ भनेर क्या सो अनि त्यस्तो फ्युचर प्रेडिक्सनमा म 5 वर्षमा कहाँ हुन्छु भनेर सोध्ने क्वेसन्सहरू चाहिँ I don't really हुन्छ नि don't agree with that but then for guidance because म चाहिँ I remember ever since I was a kid हाम्रो घरमा like annually त्यस्तो चिनाहरू देखाइरहेको हुन्थ्यो अनि it was never हुन्छ नि त्यो नराम्रो वेमा कहिले पनि थिएन because every time केही छ भने like त्यो ज्योतिषहरूले पनि यस्तो गर खालको भन्छ नि
जस्तै होम गर टाइप्स हैन
पूजा चाहिँ मैले कहिले गरेन but then I remember when I was young I would go to temples and like हुन्छ नि like help the needy people खालको हुन्थ्यो and so give money यस्तो खालको so I think it just made me a better person rather than like यस्तो so
Okay.
It didn't affect me in an unhealthy way नि त अनि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ अब बिहान छिटै उठेर सूर्य नमस्कार गरेर त्यस्तो त्यस्तो भन्छ त्यो पनि ठिकै छ waking up early is always a good thing अनि प्लान्ट्सहरुमा पानी हाल्न पनि भन्छ हैन I think मेरो दाइलाई भनेको थियो सो प्लान्ट्सहरुमा पानी हाल्नु is also a good thing so बच्चाहरुलाई त्यस्तो सिकाएको चाहिँ I don't really हुन्छ नि disagree with it because it leads to you being more empathetic or being more being a better person
मलाई चाहिँ लाइक यो रिलिजनको कुरा लाइक सोर्ट अफ हुन्छ नि लाइक टेम्पल्स एन्ड अल त्यो रिलिजन भन्दा नि मलाई चाहिँ रिलिजन भन्दा नि आई थिङ्क आई बिलिभ इन द रिचुअल्स क्या लाइक तिमीले भने जस्तै हुन्छ नि मलाई त लाइक पूजा गरेको पनि इज लाइक अ फर्म अफ मेडिटेसन जस्तो लाग्छ क्या इट्स लाइक मेनिफेस्टेसन खाले हुन्छ नि यो लाइक हुन्छ नि लाइक बिहान उठेर लाइक प्रे गर्ने वाट आई वान्ट खालेको सो युर लाइक ओरिएन्टेड इन द्याट खाले क्या इट्स नट लाइक हुन्छ नि भगवान or like I hope my mom doesn't watch this.
त्यही हो नराम्रो even if you are a skeptic don't like oppose something if you're
I mean if it gives a piece of तिमीले भने जस्तै हुन्छ नि like अरूलाई like peace of mind दिन्छ भने like why not like just do it for them खाले
it's also a good thing if it's a good thing खाले
yeah so what are you like are you a believer
I am believer or semi-believer ko bichama
okay so more than semi-believer but then believer भन्दा अलि कम खाले fair enough there's like therapyहरुमा पनि युज गर्दै रहेछ क्या यस्तोहरु like हुन्छ नि MBTI Enneagramहरु चाहिँ so like because like when you're in a state where you're like lost and like you can't really you know find answers khaleko also express this helps as a tool to like you know sort of come out of it khaleko raisa kya but त्यही हो like it's like finding the balance huncha ni like how much is too much त्यो चाहिँ like आफूले predetermine गर्नु पर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ because like मैले तिमीलाई obsessed भनेको चाहिँ is because you had like good amount of knowledge in this भनौं न at least more than like the average भन्दा चाहिँ अलि बेसी थाहा छ नि त so that's why like I was like no you're obsessed with it khaleko but like it's good if it's not like in a toxic or like unhealthy way bhanum na so I think it's all about like finding balance
I think हामीले चाहिँ like चिनाले हामीले बनाउँदैन तर हामीले चिनाले बनाउँछ जस्तो लाग्छ साच्चै हो
that's
that's what I believe in
okay like कस्तो like explain गर्छ
so कि अब चिनामा जे लेख्यो अब त्यो is that is set for like a set path for us जस्तो खालको छ नि त आइडिया त तर I feel like हाम्रो path सँग चाहिँ everything अब हामीले एउटा स्टेप लियो अनि त्यो रूम चेन्ज हुन्छ अरे के फर एक्जाम्पल के हामीले जहाँ स्टेप लिन्छ त्यहाँबाट एउटा आइडिया अनि एउटा प्लान अनि एउटा पुरै फर्म हुन्छ कि एउटा स्ट्रक्चर के विथ आवर स्टेप के सो वी आर द वन्स द्याट डिटर्मिन इट के त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ एउटा स्ट्रक्चर बन्छ के हुन्छ नि हाम्रो स्टेपले के एउटा स्ट्रक्चर बन्छ अनि त्यसपछि हामीले चेन्ज गर्यो भने फेरि त्यहाँ अर्को स्ट्रक्चर बन्छ के
इट्स जस्ट लाइक त्यो
सो त्यति बेला चाहिँ चिना हेऱ्यो भने अब अहिलेको लाइक wherever you're stepping on wherever you're at त्यहाँबाट एउटा स्ट्रक्चर you're reading that structure okay but if you change and if you like step on something else if you change the course of path then अर्को स्ट्रक्चर बिल्ड हुन्छ क्या त्यहाँ चाहिँ अनि I feel like that's like हुन्छ नि त्यो चाहिँ
different dimensions खाली
not about everything would be consistent
butterfly effect जस्तो खाली
exactly
that makes sense
तर स्केरी तरिकाले मिल्ने मान्छेहरू पनि टन्नै छ कि
as in
the चिनामा जे भनेको हुन्छ नि त्यो लाइक स्केरी हिसाबले नै मिल्ने पनि के there's so many people
त्यो राजाहरूको पनि के छ नि लाइक 3 चोटी राजा हुन्छ टाइप खाले हुन्छ नि 5 चोटी प्रधानमन्त्री हुन्छ खाले
do you know one thing like every single person of the royal family हैन किङ्सहरू हैन they have like each 5-10 वटै औँलामा they have like चक्रस रे के
चक्रस हैन शङ्ख चाहिँ होला it's चक्र एन्ड शङ्ख दुईटा हुन्छ नि शङ्ख भयो नि कि जोगी हुन्छ कि राजा हुन्छ त्यस्तो होइन त्यो वाला हैन that's what I heard
the गोलो वालाले के भन्छ शङ्ख भन्छ कि
गोलो इज चक्र the वाला इज शङ्ख लाइक त्यो इरेगुलर वाला
हैन उ भनेको मैले चक्र नै भनेको
चक्र नै हो कि शङ्ख हो
चक्र भनेको त्यो गोलो के लाइक द प्रपर गोलो छ नि लाइक 10 वटा औँलामा हुन्छ रे के लाइक राजाहरूको के and that's consistent रे के त्यो मैले सुनेको कुरा हो मैले राजाको हात गरे
you can't deny a lot of things मेरो पनि like एक्सटेन्डेड फ्यामिलीहरुमा कति मिलेको छ क्या अबाउट म्यारेज बिकज चिना देखाउँछ नि बिहा गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि
अनि जेनेटिक पनि होला के अब त्यो राजाको फ्यामिलीमा सुरुमा बसेको होला
लाइक अनि के भन्छ बिहा गरेको के भन्छ जो अब रानीको पनि त्यसपछि चक्र हुनु पर्यो सो डु दे लाइक look at the person or do they like look at their hands
यस्तो होला कि हाम्रो लाइक हुन्छ नि लेट्स सिम्बलाइज रोयल फ्यामिली लाइक मेरो पनि 10 वटा मेरो 10 वटा चक्र छ अब अर्को केटी 10 वटै चक्र भएको बिहा गर्छ हाम्रो सबै खानदानमै अनि 10 वटा चक्र हुन्छ
त्यही भएर मेगन मार्कल निस्क्यो होला
किनकि
चक्र नभएर
what the fuck
but I think we're talking about नेपालको राजा रानी
हैन त्यस्तै होला नि त उनीहरुको पनि के
त्यहाँबाट डिस्कन्टिन्यू भयो होला
म के भनेर थियो जस्तो बिहा गर्दाखेरि चिना देखाउँछ यस्तो यस्तो भन्यो भने चाहिँ अनि मलाई त्यस्तोमा चाहिँ हल्का लाइक हुन्छ नि ल देखाइदिउँला नि त खालको नै हुन्छ कि बिकज कस्तो स्केरी हिसाबले नै मिलेको पिपलहरू पनि छ क्या टन्नै अरूसँग कुरा हुँदाखेरि
डिटेल छ कि इस्टर्न हाम्रो यो नेपाली
यो वेदिक एस्ट्रोलोजी
इट्स लाइक एस्ट्रोलोजी त्यो मेष यताउता के हुन्छ नि होइन त्यो 12 वटा साइन्स मात्र होइन कि जसरी हामीले कुरा गर्ने सन मुन राइजिङ भनेर त्यो 12 वटा साइनको पनि देयर इज अर्को 26 हो कि कति एउटा के लाइक डिफ्रेन्ट ऊहरू के अनि त्यसको र साइनको कम्बिनेसनले हुन्छ के फर इक्जाम्पल एरिजमा पनि त्यो 26 मा देयर आर 4 टाइप्स अफ मेष खालको के
त्यो नक्षत्र
त्यस्तोहरू के नक्षत्र नै हो क्या अरे 26 हो कि कतिवटा टाइप्सको हुन्छ कि इट्स सो स्पेसिफिक के मैले यो वर्षको सुरुमा पढेको थिएँ मेरो जे त्यो सबै लेखेको नै भएको छ
तर त्यही हो म चाहिँ मोर अन द बिलिभर साइड आउँछ फेरि यस्तो वेदिक नै एस्ट्रोलोजी भन्यो भने त बिकज आई फलो द हुन्छ नि यो रत्न एज इन द जेम स्टोन चाहिँ शुभ अनि यो अशुभ अनि नम्बरहरू हुन्छ नि मेरो चाहिँ मिल्छ क्या लाइक लकी नम्बर्सहरू अनि मेरो फर इक्जाम्पल इफ आई थिङ्क माई अशुभवाला द रत्न इज पर्ल होइन अनि यस्तै पनि आई लाइक पर्ल बट देन त्यो भिगनिजम एन्डले गर्दाखेरि अब पर्ल लगाउँदिनँ म अनि अशुभ हो भन्ने पनि थाहा छ आइम नेभर गोना वेयर पर्ल अगेन खालि बिकज ओइस्टर्सबाट आउँछ अनि दुइटै कुरासँग अनलाइन भयो ठिकै छ भयो क्या विथ भिगनिजम एन्ड विथ राशि अनि ल म पर्ल लगाउँदिनँ भने
आफ्नो लागि चाहिँ अर्को रिजन हो तर ममको लागि अर्को रिजन भयो तिमीलाई ठिक छ
या सो त्यस्तो त्यो कलर्सहरू अनि यस्तो यस्तो चाहिँ मलाई लाइक उनी लाग्छ बिकज पिस अफ माइन्ड वाइ टेक चान्स खाले नै हो क्या एट द एन्ड अफ द डे
प्लेसिबो पनि इट मेक्स सेन्स म्यान even medicines are placebo tested apparently so why wouldn't this हुन्छ नि it's not even something that physically does something to your body why wouldn't this be like हुन्छ नि placebo
त्यो त लाइक अगाडि नै कसैले लाइक तिम्रो त अब लाइक लाइफ एकदम राम्रो हुनेवाला छ
you're positive about it
you're going to subconsciously take those steps to make it त्यो चिना पनि मेरो लाइक साथीहरूले भनेको थियो कि this one person said कि म चाहिँ त्यो रिडिङ्सहरू हुन्छ नि डेली रिडिङ्स कि पेपरमा कि त इन्टरनेटमा यताउता होइन म चाहिँ त्यो अलवेज आई रिड इट एट द एन्ड अफ द डे भनेर भनेको थियो कि
सी इफ इट म्याचेस
या एक्ज्याक्टली किनकि सुरुमा हेऱ्यो भने सबकन्सियसली यु माइट म्यानिफेस्ट अल द्याट थ्रु आउट द डे के
द्याट्स स्मार्ट
त्यही भएर के
मेक सेन्स
द्याट्स स्मार्ट म त लाइक हेर्थेँ होइन अनि लाइक 5 साइन्स ओ वा हुन्थ्यो नि 2 साइन दिस डजन्ट मेक सेन्स खालि हुन्थ्यो क्या मलाई चाहिँ या सो त्यस्तो ब्लाइन्डली चाहिँ त्यस्तो बिलिभ चाहिँ गरेन बट इट्स इन्ट्रेस्टिङ हुन्छ नि लाइक यस्तो यस्तो कुराहरू चाहिँ आई फाइन्ड इट रियली इन्ट्रिगिङ
लाइक एप्सहरू हुन्छ नि कोस्टार अनि प्याटर्न भन्ने एपहरू हुन्छ आई थिङ्क देयर जस्ट लाइक फ्रेन्डली रिमाइन्डर्स दिन्छ नि त नोटिफिकेसन्सहरू दिन्छ नि त
ए हो
चाहिँ प्याटर्न भन्ने एप चाहिँ आई युज इट पहिला वेन आई वाज रियली इन्टु एस्ट्रोलोजी अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ लाइक तिम्रो स्टार्स अनुसार हाउ यु क्यान एक्ट इन अ फुल मुन खाले त्यस्तो हुन्थ्यो क्या अनि यु क्यान एड अ फ्रेन्ड एन्ड त्यसको कम्प्याटेबिलिटी देखाउँछ अनि के इट्स जस्ट एट द एन्ड अफ द डे फर मी इट्स आउट अफ क्युरियोसिटी इट्स फन रमाइलो हुन्छ नि
also a substitute for the lack of human connection पनि के I feel like somewhere like the alcohol and cigarettes like bhancha ni it's just a substitute for human connections भनेर त्यसरी नै I think your tarot पनि it's also a form of intoxication don't you think alcohol or cigarettes जस्तै or any other drug
you like read more about it खालेको
you're like I was so obsessed and intrigued हुन्छ नि. It's also a form of intoxication. त्यसको आफ्नै एउटा हाई छ के.
To like know more about astrology.
To know more about it, to like be like
alikati, like if I'm into I don't know like making coffee or like हुन्छ नि like studying about coffee त्यो पनि त like intoxication भइहाल्छ हैन. Like you're saying something like that.
Yeah, but त्यसको त त्यस्तो toxic हुने possibility छैन नि त त्यसको. Get it? Like त्यस्तो एकदमै like you can't really misuse that के.
Yeah.
हुन्छ नि अलिकति त्यो नराम्रो त्यो टक्सिक वाला हुने पोसिबिलिटी छैन कि त्यसको. It can't really be toxic के. तर यो ट्यारो भयो like हुन्छ नि अनि like any kind of drug or anything यसको टक्सिक हुने एकदमै धेरै चान्सेस छ के. So this is an intoxication के.
All on it खालीको.
Yeah, this is an intoxication के. ट्यारो भिडियोस टिकटकमा हेरिरहेछ अनि if you see this video, then you're gonna like you're हुन्छ नि 1 in a million or something.
But there's like 1
there's
million
no hashtags. 1 million मान्छेले like गरिरहेछ के त्यो. And it's just like the fact that everybody's liking this and they comment if you want to like manifest this or not.
Type yes.
engage with this post in any kind of way. I say comment look at the believers. Okay? This is like a form of your intoxication. Okay? Yeah. I mean cult त नभनौँ हैन. तर like एउटा हुन्छ नि एउटा lack of human connection को substitute पनि हो के हो. अनि त्यही हो. मेरो पनि त्यो अघिको मैले रिभिल गरेको थिइनँ नि the thing I wanted, it was connection के. It was human connection के.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
त्यही हो.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, but then like at least like your astrology, MBTI, your Enneagram, or at least it's like based on some like statistical report or the के भनौँ न. It's not like त्यो BuzzFeed मा आउने what type of bread are you खाले त हैन. So I think it's like अलिकति valid.
Exactly. What kind of movie character are you? If you are neat and clean, you are this हुन्छ नि.
At least it's not that. So
yeah, it's like brown bread.
I
am whole grain. You're sourdough.
Wow. I like
That's
it.
true, man.
I like it.
So sour.
I don't mind. But like Enneagram चाहिँ like according to this कुन पो website statistical solution हो कि त्यसो के भन्नेमा चाहिँ it's like 72% accuracy रे के, which is like quite good हैन त.
Enneagram, yeah.
Enneagram चाहिँ
मतलब
like 72% चाहिँ accurate छ रे क्या to identify your personality type खाले. Enneagram चाहिँ
maybe. But it depends on त्यो stats कहाँबाट त्यो कतिजना मान्छेको सर्वे लिएको कतिको sample population कति थियो.
We will link that in the descriptions if you want to check. So yeah, 72% is quite good जस्तो लाग्यो.
Yeah.
The rest 28% at least त्यो त like figure out yourself.
So like Enneagram is more ठुलो investment भने एकदमै you can make a whole 2-hour episode on an Enneagram मा if you really do your research.
त्यो सबै MBTI अनि Enneagram को मैले सबै पढ्यो भने म त्यो सबसँग रिलेट गर्न सक्छु जस्तो लाग्छ के मलाई.
In one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, त्यो पनि हो. There are like हुन्छ नि like listening to people who believe in Enneagram, apparently they're like Enneagram coachहरू पनि हुँदो रहेछ हुन्छ नि for like relationship or for like corporatesहरूको लागि पनि हुँदो रहेछ क्या, like people who are like done masters on this नै खाले.
I actually don't agree with हुन्छ नि companies using MBTI to hire employees because MBTI पनि कहिलेकाहीँ हाम्रो mood अनुसार different आउँछ नि त. And it's also about like if you're an employer हैन and you're looking like the position is a leadership based position, एकदम communication skills राम्रो चाहिने organized हुने वाला position छ अरे हैन. And I'm the employee who I'm the के भन्छ candidate who's trying to get into that position हैन. And then I take an MBTI test but मैले त्यो questions answer गर्दा I will make it seem like I am fit for the position नि त. मेरो true type आउँदैन नि.
तर like
I think you know like one thing I want to do is
mood मा नि based
like त्यो आफ्नो एकदमै close मान्छेलाई गराउन लगाउने के.
But that's like how they perceive you.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's important नि त. Social image, like social
for MBTI
in the sense कि अब अरु मान्छेहरुले त like तिमीले जसरी how you're putting yourself out in the world
MBTI is about how you interact with other people.
Yeah, but I know. But when you answer, okay, like, are you easily triggered by like unsani? Are you sensitive to this? Like, am I like more too? Like, I don't think so. But orko manchilai ta उल्टो लागिरहेको हुन
No,
सक्छ
but
नि
like
त
some of the questions are like so personal, huncha ni. I don't think I can answer it for you or like for her or for anyone for that matter, okay? Because like these
Yeah,
are
yeah,
things
yeah.
that's like so personal ani kasto hunta.
But anyway, I think mood ma depend चाहिँ हुन्छ test को
mood ले
results
पनि,
चाहिँ. So obviously I can manipulate my own test.
Yeah, that's true. But like I think you test I don't know how it's like taken, but then like मैले चाहिँ I sort of like tried this while like recruiting खालेको हैन. But it was based on like the 4 parts के. Like so I try to understand if the person is introvert or extrovert, like intuitive or त्यो खालेको के, feeling or sensing खालेको, अनि based on that चाहिँ like एउटा उ हुन्छ नि त. So I tried that sort of हुन्छ नि. And like if
Did
that
it work
person
for
is
you?
okay खालेको or no. I don't know how to like test that के.
No.
Like कसरी त्यो हुन्छ कि हुँदैन खालेको. Because like मैले like when I was like going through this MBTI and like recruiting wala, it clearly said that MBTI matra is not enough. It has to be along with the culture of the company, right? Because like there can be a person about like huncha ni about the explorer or whatever हुन सक्छ हैन, but like त्यो मान्छे चाहिँ like तिम्रो कल्चरलाई फिट हुन्छ कि हुँदैन भनेर चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ टेस्ट गर्नुपर्छ रे क्या. Like MBTI is just like one of the part, and the other part is like the company culture and if that person fits into the culture or not खाले क्या. So I think like because I was too like engulfed in the MBTI, I didn't really do the culture thing. So I don't know if that like matches or like okay. So it's like this भन्नै मिलेन नि त. So that's that.
So at the end, it's all about relatability. Again, नि भने नि हामीले movies ma, books ma पनि you search for a character that you can relate to. So you can take astrology, MBTI and things like that. त्यसरी नै के you can find a type you can relate to, so it doesn't make you feel alone. And it's that celebrities पनि हुन्छ होला William Shakespeare त मेरो टाइपको रहेछ होला. त्यो रमाइलो गर्थ्यो त्यो.
Yeah, don't you guys think it's like more about balance? I mean like हुन्छ नि take it as much as you want to खाले go, but like in a way it's not toxic and like unhealthy khale.
As long
so
as
if you can
think
it in a way it's like okay for you, like balance ma garna saksne, it's well and good ke.
त्यो पढ्दा पनि like don't you guys feel त्यो like हुन्छ नि त्यो lawyer is like यो टेस्टले त like त्यो रिजल्टमा त असल मलाई कोही मान्छेले पनि बुझेको छैन होला यार यति like हुन्छ नि. मैले as I'm reading this यसरी त कसैले मेरो बारेमा यसरी भन्नै सकेको छैन होला अनि त्यो एउटा कनेक्सन फिल हुन्छ to a damn test को result के हुन्छ नि. त्यो पढ्दाखेरि नै there's this like emotional के like
so you just have to like connect the dots of everything and then like तिमी कस्तो मान्छे हो भनेर पुरा image आउँछ, but then nobody completely understands another person, so I think it's also up to you.
ल क्या बुझ्दै यार मलाई त जस्तो to a damn text कि it's not even a real person के हैन.
You know what, like मैले like when you told me तेरो MBTI and like I went and read the description हुन्छ नि, it was written so differently than how mine was written के. उसको was like हुन्छ नि पुरा like क्या flowery words हरू खाली गर्नु हुन्छ नि. I actually got annoyed हुन्छ नि.
You said कि हामीलाई जसरी सुन्नु मन लाग्छ त्यसरी लेखेको के.
And like as I read the thing हुन्छ नि, it was like written in a way that a person like her would like it खाले के. Because like मेरो वाला लेखेको was like so एकदम हुन्छ नि एकदम assertive like हुन्छ नि like एकदम त्यो हुन्छ नि leader खालेको उ खाले something that I would like.
अब जस्तै मलाई पनि INFP हो म feeler हो भनेर अब त्यो weaknesses पनि हुन्छ because you can be sensitive at times खाले अनि मलाई चाहिँ पुरा you see the world differently, you see it like a painting खाले भन्छ नि त, you see it as art.
euphemism use गरेर sugarcoat गरेर कि त
like when I was reading like मेरो आफ्नो पढे हैन, and I was just like sending it to them पनि के like ग्रुपमा पठाइरहेको थिएँ like ओए हेर्न टाइप्स खाले. अनि उसको चाहिँ लाइक खोइ के इन्टरनेटको के भयो के भएर आई थिङ्क तेरो त्यो नखुलेर के भयो. आई वाज लाइक रिडिङ इट एन्ड द वे इट वाज रिटन वाज सो डिफ्रेन्ट क्या, कस्तो डिफ्रेन्ट लाग्यो. एन्ड आई वाज लाइक ओ माई गड दिस इज अ स्क्याम जस्तो भएको थियो एकछिन है.
everything is
but like makes sense. And then I'm like them writing it in a way that she'll like it is probably a testament of how it works. I don't know. Because like at least उसलाई मिल्ने गरिकन त लेख्यो नि त. Isn't that like using the entire personality test to their advantage?
What?
Like they're writing it so that you will believe in it. They're using the personality thing to like get you
marketing
into it.
Student analysis.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Marketing students
Yeah,
analyze the MBTI test when
So might need to contradict you.
I mean, like the way you write it, the way you narrate it
that's true.
also makes a difference, Nita.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like with this we have covered most of it. Is there anything you guys want to add or like anything like you want to?
The conclusion, as long as like it's not unhealthy and you can relate to it and express your feelings better and express like you can react to your friends better or like, because for me it has really helped me with certain friends and so to understand the emotions. I
was about to talk about this also, like the Enneagram ko like the like they're like experts who are like doing it for organizations and couples and all that. And like the thing that मैले एउटा आज भर्खर सुनिरहेको थिएँ क्या लाइक पडकास्ट खालेको अनि सी इज लाइक ओ माई गड यसले त लाइक मेरो लाइक रिलेसनसिप यस्तो इन्हान्स गर्यो हुन्छ नि आई गट लाइक यसले चाहिँ लाइक इट हेल्प मी बेटर अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड माई सिग्निफिकेन्ट अदर खालेको अनि द सेम थिङ आई रिमेम्बर लिसनिङ वेन पिपल वर टकिङ अबाउट द 5 लभ ल्याङ्ग्वेजेस क्या हुन्छ नि सो आई फिल लाइक दिज आर जस्ट टुल्स यु युज टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड इच अदर
To get more clarity.
I'm gonna say something which might be surprising. I'm really into यस्तो कुराहरू हैन. But I don't know my significant other's type at all because he's all the LD person. I don't. We work like I've never asked my significant other to take this test, and I know his Enneagram or MBTI at all. Okay, we work together. Like he's healthy for me, so my like analyze and my relationship with you, compatibility, anything. I just know that the person Sagittarians, so we're both like lively and funny. But then I've never.
That's actually surprising. I would expect you to like actually make your significant other.
It's surprising, but I think that's a healthy approach. If it like works out, it works out. But like,
why didn't you overcomplicate?
Exactly. Compatibility means I don't really think that you need to dive into मलाई type को मान्छे चाहियो भनेर because if the other person is healthy for you, they're healthy for you खाली के
makes sense. So yeah.
But with friends say because friends are like पहिलेदेखि when I was really into it खालेदेखि उ गर्न थालेको नि त अनि with friends I think it's helped me a lot because म पहिला जसरी उनीहरूको कुरामा रियाक्ट गर्थेँ होला त्यो चाहिँ चेन्ज भएछ खाले so if it is a Cancer friend or Scorpio friend and they might be feeling down अनि म त Sagittarian हो अनि म चाहिँ अलिकति धेरै नै honest straightforward brutally honest छु नि त हैन so if they are more of the sensitive वाला signs भयो I want speak ethikai
okay
I like try to empathize with them or even understand and then communicate khale huncha ni ta testo kuraharuma cha halka help garcha
yeah but like actually if you think about all of these tests and like yestoharu they're literally like stereotyping haina ta in a way putting people into boxes and like I don't mean stereotyping in a bad way because like malai chai stereotyping the word stereotyping has always been a negative ke but I remember like college ma like the psychology पढ्ने बेला हुन्छ नि stereotyping भनेर पढ्दा it was like written in such a positive manner के
half of the time it's true
yeah I mean like
everything can be हुन्छ नि
yeah त्यो over generalize गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ is like अलिकति you know like it doesn't play out well but then like stereotyping is actually done to make decisions quickly in your head के like like when you're like moving you want to put everything
like
in boxes
and
if there's just like a box which says like okay like mero ke bhन्छ tops or mero crop tops yaha cha and it's just like makes it easier for you to go and like pick it up from there like it makes it हुन्छ नि it saves your time and like effort ni so stereotyping is actually for your mind to make decisions quickly okay so it's like putting it into compartments so that okay you like esto type ko mancheharu chai esto types this is how I need to deal with them
I would say stereotype yourself as much as you want to अनि भित्र भित्र त्यो गर हैन तर मान्छेको अगाडि चाहिँ just because they are something don't like stereotype
not
them
in a way you will
offend them or
demean them
yeah
that's true I think that's when stereotype becomes bad
त्यो मान्छे कहाँबाट आउँछ त्यो मान्छेको beliefs कि त अब like for example like म चाहिँ like हुन्छ नि I'm already a part of this like X company for a long time and you came from like this whole other country you know me being aware of your culture is important त्यो जुन चाहिँ तैले stereotype भनिस् नि like त्यो culture मा त्यो like त्यहाँको belief system whatever like हुन्छ नि lifestyle कस्तो छ भनेर त्यो like to know that and to make like small judgments and be like careful about what I say to and यताउता चाहिँ त्यसमा चाहिँ stereotypes हरू like हुन्छ नि to consider it is like important okay
exactly
like it's just like के भन्छ girls are more feminine भन्नु is like sort of like stereotyping नै भयो नि त but like you can't do it because you're a girl भन्नु चाहिँ is like demeaning and like हुन्छ नि that's
judging,
when it takes
when it comes to like negative judgment then it immediately becomes like toxic.
So मेरो more maybe sensitive friends or even more as my personality type, even if it's another INFP and I know that they're sensitive, I can't just say oh you're just like that and it's gonna get better when त्यसरी भन्नु भन्दा I need to understand that they're a feeler and then like go about it. So tell me how you're feeling. त्यो राम्रोसँग how to communicate with people, say it kind of helps unless again you're using it in a bad way to manipulate them and stuff like that one obviously and stereotyping पनि त्यही हो. If it's organization in your head then it's great, but then you can't just like
I mean you can think it, you can't help but like feel and think things no, that's not what you should change you can't change it the only thing you have control over is the way you express things
the way you react to
because
it,
after all you're going to be judged and you're going to be perceived by other people by what comes out of your mouth. So that's the thing we should control not like म यो कुराले ट्रिगर नै हुनु हुँदैन कि त ए ला मैले मान्छेको बारेमा त यसरी सोचे है मैले त स्टिरियोटाइपले जज गर्ने है दिमाग कन्ट्रोल गर्न सक्दैन के बट लाइक एक्सप्रेसन कन्ट्रोल गर्न सकिन्छ के सो आखिरमा त्यही त हो.
Makes sense. Yeah, I wanted to add that about stereotyping stuff because I thought it was alikati related and sunny. Anything else you guys want to add? Because I think we've reached the end of today's podcast.
How long have we been filming for?
1:30. Good. Like fair enough. I think like it was nice talking about
4:30.
1:30. What the hell?
4 ghanta imagine.
What?
No, but it was like nice, and especially the latter part where we're like analyzing and like sort of trying to understand it better, Khaliko, and how we can use it. So like what I got out of Azuko is like just like even though you're like using all of these like personality tests, enneagrams, astrology or whatever, it's like you should do it in a way that it's helpful for you. Just find that sweet spot, find that balance, and make sure it doesn't get unhealthy and toxic.
Yeah.
Balance, learn it from a Libra.
What they said.
What?
What they said.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that is that for today's episode. We really hope you guys liked it. Yeah, I forgot to mention our sponsor for this episode, Coffee 8848. We will link the description, like the I don't know everything in the description,
smells
and
really
also
good.
like the Enneagram test and MBTI test, Astrology if I can find some articles from from JJ, from Jyoti, that, and I'll also link their Instagram in the bio if you want to follow them. And that is that. I think it was like actually fun.
Really fun.
So yeah. Thank you for
just
listening.
Just know that we're not experts.
Yeah, we're not experts, man. We're just noobs. We're like lame, you know. We're just like
we're just
living
talking.
life. We don't have anything better to do. That's why we're here. And so there. Just like you. Just like you.
Just like you.
Okay.
Big shout out to Gemini Ayush.
Yeah, Ayush, thank you so much for coming and helping us out.
Over there.
Because like Chao couldn't make it at Azuko podcast, so Ayush is here. Do you want to like
come
do
here?
A guest appearance?
Come here. Hey, this is my voice.
Sundana kya tu?
This is my voice.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so that is that for today's episode. Hope you guys liked it, and please like, share, and subscribe. If you really like it, please share and let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. That actually helps us.
Yes, and please do. You can judge us, man.
Yeah, judge her.
Yeah, you can
judge.
Yes, judge me, man. Judge me. Come on.
I've been looking
she's
at
gonna reply to all your comments, so you better like have some good comments, guys.
Yeah.
So that's that. Okay.
Like man
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
I should have like